Hello everyone. I, Dr. Rubal Barar, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Cultural Studies and Foreign Languages at GSSDGS Khalsa College Patiala, Punjab, India, will be today introducing you to the genre of popular literature. Popular literature is the literature which is intended for the masses and which fascinates large audiences. Any genre of literature such as poetry, drama or fiction can be a part of it, although fiction is the most popular. Sometimes the term popular literature is used interchangeably with popular fiction. Thus, in general, popular literature represents a category of mostly fictional writings which, though widely read by common people but is disapproved by the highbrows. The distinguishing feature between popular literature and literary literature or artistic literature is that the former is created primarily to entertain while the latter focuses to hold up a mirror to the human condition. Popular literature, unlike high literature, generally does not seek a high degree of formal beauty or subtlety and is not intended to endure the test of time. The growth of popular literature has paralleled the spread of literacy through education. It has also been facilitated by technological developments in printing. With the Industrial Revolution, works of literature which were previously produced for small groups of well-educated elites became accessible to large sections of the population. The boundary between artistic and popular literature is indistinct. Literature, when judged according to its popularity, may shift from popular to artistic literature over a period of time. Contemporary public preference may determine a work as popular, but later critical evaluation might declare it to be literary. This was the case with William Shakespeare, who, while he was alive, could be thought of as a writer of popular literature, and his works were regarded to be lacking the finesse of scholarly literature. But he is now regarded as a creator of artistic literature, and his work is hailed as an epitome of perfection. Indeed, the most common method of categorizing a work as belonging to the field of popular or literary literature is whether it is ephemeral or not. That is, whether it loses its appeal and significance with the passage of time or retains it for times to come. While popular literature is not at odds with the fact that its popularity is ephemeral and fleeting, the literary literature is on the contrary an imperishable work of art. So, we can safely propose that popular literature is the literature which has shown wide and continued acceptance by a large number of people. This acceptance can easily be measured by sales, frequent imitation, adaptation to other cultural forms, and general commercial success. To sum up, the word popular can be referred as a synonym for successful and not as an antonym for admirable. Let's look at the characteristics of popular literature. Popular literature generally has a vivid, racy and exciting plot, plenty of sensory imagery and one or two engaging characters. It is a type of fiction that does not deal with abstract problems. It takes moral principles as the given, accepting certain generalized ideas and values as its base. Popular fiction does not raise or answer abstract questions. It assumes that man knows what he needs to know in order to live, and it proceeds to show his adventures in living. The distinctive characteristic of popular fiction is the absence of an explicitly ideational element with the intention of conveying an intellectual notion or concept. The language of popular literature is preferred to be the familiarized, cliched, and easily understood language of the masses. Let's look at the readers of popular literature. Under the umbrella term of popular literature, books are carefully designed by authors and publishers to capture the attention of a wide range of potential readers of all age groups. The readers of popular literature read what they find interesting and entertaining. Through their reading, they wish to quench their repressed desires. They are basically pleasure seekers and solace finders. They read popular literature as escape reading when they wish to escape the monotony of life or are traveling, relaxing on a beach, or simply wish to enjoy their leisure time. They can indulge in leisured reading as the reading of popular literature does not require serious and careful reading. It does not demand a scholarly response from its readers. It is generally an easy and quick read. Let's look at the types of popular literature. Popular literature with fiction as its most common genre can include novels, short stories, magazines, and even blogs nowadays. Within this broad category are many subgenres. The foremost subgenre is romance. Among the modern genres of popular literature, romance stands out for being written since the Middle Ages. The most common type of romance describes the obstacles encountered by two people engaged in a forbidden love. They are generally characterized by desire, conflict, and idealism. Another common genre is that of fantasy or science fiction, which is generally filled with suspense and adventure. The stories of fantasy deal with kingdoms as opposed to sci-fi, which deals with universes. Writers engage in world building. Myths, otherworldly magic based concepts and ideas characterize these books. They frequently take cues from historical settings like the Dark Ages. The genre of science fiction incorporates any story set in the future, the past, or other such dimensions. The story features scientific ideas and advanced technological concepts. Writers often build new worlds and use genre-specific words. The setting defines the plot. Novels set in the western frontier of the United States in the 19th century and called the Westerns are also very popular. These books are specifically set in the old American West. Plot lines include survival, romance, and adventures with characters of the time. For example, the cowboys, the frontiersmen, the Indians, the mountain men, and the miners. The detective story or murder mystery, which deals with varied crimes, is a widely read form of popular literature. The detective stories are mysteries that involves a detective solving the crime. The emphasis is on technological or forensic aspects of the detective work, sorting and collecting evidence, as well as the legal aspects of criminology. The central issue in the mystery books is a question that must be answered, an identity revealed, a crime solved. This novel is characterized by clues leading to rising tension as the answer to the mystery is approached. The horror, the ghost, or the Gothic novels are filled with thrill and excitement and are vastly popular. These are high-pitched, scary stories involving pursuit and escape. The protagonist must overcome supernatural or demonic beings. Occult is a subgenre that always uses satanic type antagonists. Popular literature has also come to include such genres as comic books, cartoon strips, and graphic novels. A cartoon is generally understood to be a single drawing, while a cartoon strip or a comic strip is a series of a few sequential cartoons. Graphic novels, on the other hand, is a term for a longer work. They are more serious and adult in their content. All of them employ a graphic art medium for the purpose of storytelling. Now, let's look at the process involving production, distribution, and consumption of popular literature. Although popular literature has been written for a long time, the study of it is comparatively new field of study. This often includes modern materials, as there is a definitive tendency to confine the study of popular literature to its most recent version, that is, in the advanced industrial society. This associates popular literature with mass production and consumption and with largely middle class readers. As the name suggests, popular literature points towards a widespread literacy which has been achieved in modern times, lending credence to the fact that the term popular literature is aptly a modern construct. The process of popular fiction includes a production, distribution, consumption model. It is very different from the process of the literary literature. Production of popular literature is undertaken as an industrial practice. There is a mass production of the books, while the literary literature is produced at a comparatively small scale. Generally, the books of popular literature are produced in the paperbacks format. This adds to the easy and cheap availability of the books. Distribution of the books, again, is administered on the mass scale, with bookshops being conveniently placed at such places for which the reader does not has to venture too far. They are always well within his reach, that is, the public places such as the bus stops, railway stations, or airports, etc. The accessibility of books makes it easy for the reader to buy them conveniently. This leads us to the most vital aspect of the process, which is consumption. In this part of the process, the reader plays the role of the consumer. Books of popular literature are simply consumed instead of being read. The inherent properties of popular literature enables the reader to become the consumer, that is, the easy language and racy pace does not make any claims for close attention and careful reading. This completes the circle of the production, distribution and consumption process. These are the references of this presentation. I hope this presentation will be helpful to you. Thank you.